Hi everybody, it's your friend Grandpa Ken. As you can tell, I'm not on green screen this time. I don't have monsters or anything behind me, but I'm asking you into my house because we do a thing every year that we like to switch from the Halloween season, which this is the last day of Halloween, and start looking forward to Thanksgiving and Christmas season. And to do that every year, I read The Nightmare Before Christmas. So now I'd like to make it a tradition maybe in your family, and you can come back and get read to by me, Grandpa Ken. It was late one fall in Halloween land, and the air had quite a chill. Against the moon a skeleton sat alone upon a hill. He was tall and thin and had a bat bow tie. Jack Skellington was his name. He was tired and bored in Halloween land. Everything was always the same. Poor Jack. Everything was always boring and the same. I'm sick of being scary and the terror and the fright. I'm tired of being the something that goes bump into the night. I'm bored with leering my horrible glances. And my feet hurt from all the dancing skeleton dances. I don't like graveyards, and I need something new. There must be more to life than just boo. Oh, poor Jack, he's going through a crisis, isn't he? But then, from out of a grave with a curl and a twist came a whimpering, whiny, special mist. It was a little ghost dog with a faint little bark and jack-o'-lantern nose that glowed in the dark. It was Jack's dog Zero, the best friend he had. But Jack hardly noticed, which really made Zero sad. See, Zero, he's coming out of the grave, yeah. All that night through the next day, Jack wandered and walked. He was filled with dismay. He just took a walk in the woods, guys. Then, deep in the forest, just before the night, Jack came upon an amazing sight. There was not 20 feet from where he stood were 3 massive doorways carved out of wood. He stood before them, completely in awe, his gaze transfixed by one special door. Entranced and excited, with slight sense of worry, Jack opened the door to a white, windy flurry. A white, windy flurry. See the doors? Which one do you think he took, guys? What do you think? Look there's the white, windy flurry. Ooh. Jack didn't know it, but he had fallen down in the middle of Christmas Town. Immersed in the light, Jack was no longer haunted. He had finally found the feeling he wanted. And so that his friends wouldn't think him a liar, he took present-filled stockings that hung by the fire, and he took some candy and toys, and that was stacked on the shelves, and a picture of Santa with all of his elves. He took lights and ornaments and star from the tree, oh no, Jack, and from the Christmas Town sign, he took the big C. Ooh. He picked up everything that sparkled or glowed. He even picked up a handful of snow. He grabbed it all, and without being seen, he took it all back to Halloween. Whoa, what do you think they're going to think about that, kiddos? He even grabbed a handful of snow. Back in Halloween, a group of Jack's peers stared in amazement at his Christmas souvenirs. For this wondrous vision, none were prepared. Most were excited, though a few were quite scared. Can you imagine that bunch being scared of what, Santa Claus? Yeah. For the next few days, why it lightened and it rained and thundered, Jack sat alone, obsessively wondered. Why is that they get to be special laughter and cheer, and why we stalk graveyards and spreading panic and fear? Well, I could be Santa, and I could spread cheer, outrage by justice. Right. Jack thought and he thought. Then he got an idea. Yes, why not? Uh-oh, what do you think he's thinking, kiddos? Look at, he got all the stuff that he brought back from Christmas Town. What do you think he's thinking? In Christmas Town, Santa was making some toys, of course, when through the den he heard a soft noise. He answered the door, and to his surprise, he saw weird little creatures in strange disguise. They were all together ugly and rather petite as they opened their sacks and they yelled, "Trick or treat!" Then a confused Santa was shoved into a sack and taken to Halloween to see the mastermind. Yep, Jack. Uh-oh, Santa was kidnapped. In Halloween, everyone gathered once more, for they'd never seen a Santa before, and they cautiously gazed at this strange old man. Just related to Santa, his masterful plan. Jack said, "Here's what my plan is. My dear Mr. Claus, I think it's a crime that you've got to be Santa all the time. But now I'll give presents and I'll spread cheer. We're changing places. I'm Santa this year. It is I who wish you Merry Christmas. So may you lay in my coffin, creak doors, and yell boo. And please, Mr. Claus, don't think ill of my plan, for I'll be the best Santa that I possibly can." Although Jack and his friends thought they'd do a good job, their idea of Christmas was quite macabre. Macabre means scary and dark, see? Look at Santa's eyes, like, whoa, wait a minute, what are you doing, Santa? No, wait. They were packed up and ready on Christmas Eve day when Jack hitched his reindeer to his sleek coffin sleigh. But on Christmas Eve, as they were about to begin, a Halloween fog slowly rolled in. And Jack said, "We can't leave, this fog's too thick. There'll be no Christmas. I can't be Saint Nick." Then a small, glowing light pierced through the fog. What could it be? It was Zero, Jack's dog. Jack said, "Zero, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight?" And to be so needed was Zero's great dream, so he joyously flew to the head of the team. And as the skeletal sleigh started its ghostly flight, Jack cackled, "Hey, Merry Christmas to all! And to all a good night." Well, did that poem sound a little familiar? Yeah. And how about this? Would this think that would look at his sleigh and his skeleton? Wouldn't that scare you if you saw that in the sky coming at you instead of Santa? I guess. 'Twas the nightmare before Christmas, and all through the house not a creature was peaceful, not even a mouse. The stockings all hung by the chimney with care. When opened in the morning, ready kiddos, would cause quite a scare. The children all nestled so snug in their beds would have nightmares of monsters and skeletons in their heads. The moon that hung over the new fallen snow cast an airy pall all over the city below. And Santa Claus's laughter now sounded like goats and groans, and the jingle bells like chattering bones, like that. But a coffin sleigh with skeleton deer and a skeleton driver so ugly and sick, they knew in a moment, that can't be Saint Nick. Right, kiddos. They knew. From house to house, with a true sense of joy, Jack happily issued such presents and toys. From rooftop to rooftop he jumped and he skipped, leaving presents that seemed like they came straight from a crypt. A crypt is where you bury people. Unaware that the world was in panic and fear, Jack merrily spread his own brand of cheer. Would you like that if he was the Santa giving you toys at the mall? Or, huh? Whoa, that would be scary. He visited the house of Susie and Dave. They got a grumpy and a pokey from the grave. From on to the home of little Jane Neiman, she got a baby doll possessed by a demon. A monstrous train with tentacles as tracks, a ghoulish puppet wielding an axe, a man-eating plant disguised as a wreath, and a vampire teddy bear with very sharp teeth. Oh, goodness. Is that the kind of toys you want Christmas morning left by Santa? There were screams of terror, but Jack didn't hear it. He was much too involved with his own Christmas spirit. Jack finally looked down from his dark, starry frights and saw the commotion, the noise, and the lights. While they're celebrating, it looks like such fun. They're thanking me for the good job I've done. But what he thought were fireworks, meant as goodwill, were bullets and missiles aimed to kill. Ooh! Then, amidst the barrage of artillery fire, Jack urged Zero to go higher and higher. And away they all flew like the storm of a thistle until they were hit by a well-aimed missile. Oops! And as they fell in the cemetery way out of sight, it was heard, "Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night," as they fell. Jack pulled himself up on a large stone cross, and from there he reviewed his incredible loss. I thought I could be Santa. I had such a belief. Jack was confused and filled with grief, and knowing where to turn, he looked toward the sky. Then he slumped on the grave and he started to cry. And as Zero and Jack lay crumpled on the ground, then suddenly they heard a sound. See them all crumpled on the ground? And what was that sound, do you think, kiddos? Because it sure got him to look up, and "Ho, ho, ho! My dear Jack," said Santa, "I applaud your intent, and I know wreaking such havoc was not your intent. And so you are sad and feeling quite blue, but taking over Christmas was the wrong thing to do. Yes, sir. I hope you realize Halloween's the right place for you. There's a lot more, Jack, that I'd like to say, but now I gotta hurry because it's almost Christmas Day." Then he jumped on his sleigh, and with a wink of an eye, he said, "Merry Christmas," and then bid them goodbye. Jack knew he'd goofed up, didn't he, kiddos? Yeah. But home, Jack was sad. But then, like a dream, Santa brought Christmas to the land of Halloween. Look, see, it's snowing, kiddos. Yeah, Santa sent him Santa magic. And then Jack knew that Christmas was over, and it was the end. See, that's a story that's just fun, and Tim Burton wrote it as a poem, and it's really cool, and we love it each year. Well, kiddos, I hope you made it through Halloween safe, and you got bunches of candies and stuff, but remember, Grandpa Ken loves you. You can come back to YouTube anytime. I'm here 24/7, and next month we're going to have some new fun stuff. Get ready.